Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesdays with the Teacher, the weekly segment where you get a special behind-the-scenes preview into the amazing people and the personality behind my St. Louis-based music studio, Gabrielle Studio of Music. For today's video, I have a very special guest with me. Vinny at 73 is my oldest and somehow most energetic student that I have, and I wanted to really hear from him, introduce him to you so that you're inspired by his story, especially those of you who are maybe afraid that it's too late for you to start singing, or maybe you're afraid to start the process at all. I want you to be inspired by him, and all right, so I want you to give us a little bit of background on your story and kind of how you got to the studio.
Well, as she stated, my name is Vinny. My friends call me Vinny. I'm 73, and my background is military. I served in the military for close to 30 years. And I had this type of raw voice as a drill sergeant. So I took that and made something out of it, a career. As once I moved on from the military, I kept that voice, but I couldn't manage it to where I could actually communicate because I was more in your face. So with my voice, sometimes that scared people, especially women, when I approached them with a smile, but when my voice opened up, my mouth opened up, it was more of a "Hey, you!" So I didn't know how to manage that at that time. And to the present, I wanted to have someone to manage my voice, really manage my voice. I didn't have the I didn't know how to speak wise. I stammer. When I was coming up in the military, but that voice of mine kept me raw. So I needed someone to teach me how to speak without stuttering. And this is the way I met Gabrielle.
I really like the way that you kind of described it to me months and months ago whenever you were telling me your story, was that you spent all of this time in the military serving and giving back to the community and to other people. And after all of that has passed, now is your time to do something for yourself and to kind of receive. So it's, instead of constantly pouring into other people, now is the time in his life where he gets to do something for himself. And so he chose to explore that part of his voice. And I think that's really beautiful. So I wanted to highlight that because I thought it was so cool whenever he first told me that. Okay, so tell me kind of what inspired you then. I know you said a little bit about learning to speak without a stammer, which I think you do very well. But what inspired you really to want to sing and to perform out?
Well, I met this lovely family at the church where I go to. The pastor, the choirs, the members there. It's a family to me. And I would sit there in the pew, listen to the choir sing, and they had this thing about them. I called it a thing until I got to where I knew what a thing was by singing. So I watched them when they sang, and I wanted to be a singer also. So I spoke with a couple of musicians there, asked them if they knew a teacher, and they recommended me to Gabrielle.
And I'm so glad they did, because it's been an incredible and fun experience for me to get to know you as well. Yes. And to have that, personality that we have. It's the best. And I do know that you inspire a lot of the younger students that are in the studio as well. So they really look up to you whenever you do perform. They're like, wow, literally anything is possible.
That's right.
And that's exactly what I'm about here too. And so from my youngest, from 7 all the way to 73, honestly, not much changes. You still get nervous, just like my 7-year-old would, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
But it's so cool to see what happens whenever you persevere through that. So that's motivational for them as well to say, like, I can do this.
Yes.
Definitely. He can do it. I can do it.
Yes, that is so true.
So then, what are some of the things that you've kind of learned personally about yourself and your voice through the process of taking lessons?
I met Gabrielle in September of last year. And nervous as I was, you would think the structure of a man should be, you know, his demeanor should be he has no fear. But when you allow someone to enter into your life to teach you how to breathe and how to structure yourself, how to motivate yourself, you're afraid to let yourself be entered by another person.
Vulnerable, yeah.
And vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, I wasn't afraid, but I was afraid to let the teacher down.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid to let myself down. So I had to build confidence up in me to see if this person, this woman, could be a teacher for me. Mm-hmm. People put out there, my name is so-and-so and so-and-so, but you don't know behind that name you hear, is there a real teacher there?
Yeah.
So I was afraid where, at the age I am, I didn't know if I was going to be able to see that real person, or she was just a she.
Or that I would see you.
Right.
Right, and I think you just hit on the really common fear of why it's so difficult for people to start singing too, is because it is a vulnerable experience. Yes. Your voice is the most intimate part of who you are.
Yes.
And I truly believe that. That's why we've started Own Your Voice as well. So to be able to be that kind of authentic with yourself and say, here's my story and here's how I want to use that story through music is a very scary thing. Mm-hmm. So you do have to find somebody that understands that and that respects that. Yes. And brings it out through all the other things that you're learning.
Yes. And
I've seen you do that in a really beautiful way, and that's where your voice has just grown by leaps and bounds too, is whenever you do have that level of trust. Yeah. And he really has let me do whatever I wanted, and he's done everything I've asked vocally, and it's made a huge difference.
So true.
So I'm really, really proud of you in the ways that you've opened up to. What's been the most fun experience that you've had specifically here in the studio?
Well, Gabrielle Studio is it has this sense of presence. You know, you come down the steps. I'm not gonna tell you where you live at.
Please don't. Don't come for me.
You come down the steps and you turn that corner and feel like you're home.
Aww.
Feel like you are actually home. That where I live, I don't have this type of structure. Mm-hmm. This intimate feeling. Mm-hmm. So when I come here, I relax, and she doesn't give me anything. She searches for what I have and what I can give in my presence. So when I do that, then her face, her eyes, her voice will give me that, saying to me that, from what I can see, is that she's might not good or might not bad. Then I'll pick up on that.
Yeah.
So I have learned a lot here. Her style of music is just absolutely, from a man's point of view, wonderful.
Thank you.
Very wonderful. Very clean. It's very, literally very clean, because you just, it's like and I don't want to exaggerate.
Exaggerate. You got it. He's so excited. It's fine.
Now, I didn't tell you about the excited part, but I do get excited. But she has this presence that you really, really want to sing.
Thank you. I'm blushing.
And I have that when I come in her studio. It is just a wonderful feeling. Trust me, people. It's a wonderful feeling. You get goosebumps.
Aww.
And this is Gabrielle.
I'm gonna cry. Stop. I mean, I really do. And my goal is for every student that walks through the door that they feel like this is a community and this is a family.
Yes.
Because this is a safe place for you to be able to explore your voice without judgment, without fear, and to find that confidence in yourself and ultimately in what it is you have to say and offer through your gifts to the world. And that is the underlying mission of everything that we do here. So I'm so happy that you feel seen and understood and encouraged in who you are.
Yes.
That's really big to me.
Yes.
So thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Now, what advice would you give to those who maybe feel like, okay, it's too late for me to learn how to sing, or I'm afraid?
And I mentioned that before, 73. The number doesn't mean nothing.
Right.
To any human being.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you. With me, there was a desire to sing, because I believe that in my heart now is that a lot of us can't some of us can't talk or conversation, but singing is a talk and a conversation.
Yeah.
You can actually warm a person's heart just by singing. There are folks out here today with, me and anybody else, they're sad about a lot of things. Singing is a gift that we all have. The whole entire world has a gift. And with the gift that I have, I want to sing to people. My mom, years ago, bless her heart, she was a hummer.
Okay.
So she
I may know some people like that. No naming names.
No
but...
naming names. But she hums all the time with her 7 sons. I make 8. And that's all she did. And she would hold her to her bosoms and just hum to her. So those things I didn't understand till the day, till the present of the day.
Right.
So I say to anyone out there, singing is a gift. Singing is removing that fear that someone's going to laugh at you or say that you're off tune. I think when you off tune, you come to a good teacher, and that person will tune that voice and that vocal cords to where it should be. So if you want to sing today, if you want to sing tomorrow, take that same voice that you have, that you think that is cracky or unsettled, and
so come as you are, and we'll make a masterpiece.
There you go.
There we go. Seriously, I mean, music is for everyone, and I get that question a lot. Do you have to be born a singer in order to pursue singing? And I always say no. There is so much that you can learn to train your ear, the theory behind it, that you can absolutely learn how to sing and do it well, no matter what age you are when you start, no matter what season of life you're in. So you are welcome here, come as you are, and together we'll make you proud of your voice and the things that you have to offer. So with that being said, I do have one more question for you, and it really goes to, because I do want to know your internal process of how you handle nervousness before a show, even, because I know it's different for my littler kids who sometimes can't see past that fear and enjoy until they get a little bit more settled and a little older in the experience. What does that look like for you?
I'll tell you one thing that happened with this teacher here. We were at a mic night and on Thursdays, and my first performance, I stood in front of the crowd, and before I went up there, Gabrielle stated to me at the table where I was at, she says to me, and I was totally nervous, just nervous, around a lot of people who didn't know me, and my time came up, and she turned around in the table that we was at, and stated to me, "You got this."
Yep.
And I heard her say that, so I didn't filter it in. I just heard her say, "You got this." So I come up on stage and I started singing. And that fear, ladies and gentlemen, that fear left me. It really did. I wasn't perfect, but that fear left because this young lady stated to me, a stranger, that you got this. So how did she know that I had this, which I said got? How did she know I had this? So I went up there and sang, and it came out very well to me. And the bottom line to fear is when you sing the next time at that mic night, my teacher didn't play for me.
I played for you, but I let you do your own thing at the end. I didn't leave you all by yourself.
She didn't.
I tricked you a little at the end, though.
She left. My fear left when I'm there with her, and she started playing the piano. And I'm sorry, the
piano.
piano.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, she stopped, and I looked down at her. She looked at me and smiled, and I sung that whole song without music. So those are the fears that you thought you had, but when you get someone who is truly a professional singer, a professional music teacher, all your unconfidence, all your anxieties, it will definitely move aside. And I, as I sit here today, give all credit to Gabrielle because she brought everything that I thought I had to where I can see what I have. And it has been a roller coaster. It hasn't been fun all the time.
It's hard work, though. A lot of it's hard work.
It is hard work. And I'll say one thing to the young people. May I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before you begin to sing at your house or apartment, wherever you are, what I do to get ready for a program or a concert, I would lie on the floor.
Oh, there's a good one.
On my back. Just lie there and sing the song upward. Just sing the song to where I'm very comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Very comfortable with my tone, my note. It's just, I'm on the floor just looking up and singing. And the song,
a good breathing technique, too.
The breathing technique, because when you stand, this Santa Claus.
Yes, Santa Claus belly, when you're breathing. Yes.
Please.
Absolutely. I didn't want to cut you off, though, so if you had anything else to add. But, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to ask you, unless there's something else that you had in mind that you wanted to say.
No, it's been a tour, and for myself, it's like I said before, I'm on the floor on my back, and I sing. That makes my lungs expand. Thank you. They expand to where you can hold a note.
Yep.
And this is what I do. So, young people out there, I met you all at the Christmas party, and I do care about all of you. I'm praying that you continue to strive, continue to, can I say, force yourself?
Yeah.
Continue to force yourself to be your person.
Yeah.
I try to be Danny Goki, but I love it. But sometimes you can't. You got to make your own music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be your own voice, like which Gabrielle stated. So fear is there, but trust in your teacher
and yourself.
And you will definitely motivate yourself to be a great singer.
Well, thank you. I mean, this was a really valuable conversation, and I'm so glad that you agreed to sit down with me and talk. So thank you for sharing your wisdom.
My pleasure.
And we want you to sing with us. He always wants to sing duets, so It would make him so incredibly happy if you went to the website, GabrielleStudioMusic.com, sign up, and sing with him. So go to the website, figure out how to join the studio family today, and without further ado, we will see you next Tuesday.